that you were told that because a handful of Jews were mistreating people. That means that I should be.
Is it doing a ritual?
Yeah, that's human sacrifice, and we will not be taking those Africans in America.
That AT&T helmet will change.
So when they execute people in America, would that be the same as the sacrifice?
You know, I think that the death penalty is a form of ritual sacrifice. I do.
You mean it's not justice? Like if somebody kills somebody, not an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, it's a sacrifice?
Yeah, because check this out, right? If it's not a sacrifice,
Some people do the killings based on whatever they're fucking communicating with or whatever they're dealing with that I don't know too much information about. But yes, there are people, obviously, I'm sure we have serial killers, I'm sure that just do dumb shit, right? But we definitely do have others that just recently, I'm not gonna name the countries again. Recently, there was a young man that really literally chopped this trend of young boys that are scammers. That they chopped up their girlfriends or people over for sacrifice. They're giving it to something, some weird shit.
Oh yeah, you talking about the Yahoo boys?
Anyways, I'm not mentioning no names, but I'm just
Bitch, that's lying, yo. She's lying.
Listen, it just happened.
No, bitch is not lying. She's not lying. They do that over in Africa.
You've never been to Africa. Shut your mouth. You've never been there.
What are you talking about? I'm Nigerian Haitian. Don't tell me what I'm not. Do not tell me what I'm not. Don't tell me where I've been. Do not tell me what I've been. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You move the goalpost like 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11 times. You said she never been. Now you said she ain't been a year. Man, what is this, man?
Bitch is Americanized, bro. Like she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Okay, said by American kid that the only thing he ever spent in Africa is probably less 6 months.
Both of y'all some Americanized.
Bro, I just came back from my country. What are you talking about?
Okay, good.
I go back every year, bro. What do you?
What is this like? Competition to be more African. All right. When your mail, where does your mail come to? Does it come to?
Bro, I don't care about America. I don't care about America, dude. America can kick rocks.
All right. So the topic is should whites, should the white folks have an ethno state, right?
Yeah, it's another troll title, Lonzo. Bravo. Congratulations for spelling more white hate. Mazel tov.
Like oranges. I get the orange flavor. Okay. I get that too. Are you sleepy, Gigi?
No, I'm just watching something.
Oh, good. Yeah, oh, yeah.
I think somebody wanted to speak. Oh, James, did you want to say something?
Man, I really wish
Zapatista
wanted to speak as well, and they can go because I don't know what the hell their pronouns are, but Zapatista can go after me. I'm gonna be real brief.
And Republican. I see the whole
Republican Chicago. Oh Lord, people embarrassing my city's name as usual. Great.
Hello.
Anyway,
Zapatista is a white man. Zapatista is a white man.
There is something wrong with Chicago. I mean, we gotta admit that.
I know a Boston nigga not talking.
That's part of the Boston nigga. That's part of fixing.
Why is Zapatista speaking? Why is he speaking? He's white.
Nah, but seriously, Thugger, you might have a point about that. I have to talk about that in another room, away from the batshit insanity that we experienced today. But you may have a point. I heard y'all was gonna elect King as your new mayor. Oh, fuck you, bro. Let me get to my submission, though, before Thugger distracts me. Hold on.
I heard that again. Was that not true?
I don't know what happened to him, Thugger. I got you in another room because you ain't right for that shit. But to make a long story short about this conversation, when I read the title, when I was in the middle of teaching my class, I was thinking, oh, this is going to get ugly because a lot of people are going to make a lot of the poor arguments that we heard before. That person who is literally a functionally literate adult open her own room.
Shout out to Bubba Sparks. It's getting ugly in here.
It is. So the reason why I actually came up and said that it was stupid was for a couple reasons. You had quite a few people who claim to be philosophy bros on this app and the arbiters of argument literally hear that person lecture you into, without structure, the entire society will be shred asunder and crumble. That is literally either, depending on the foundation of an argument, a slippery slope fallacy or the appeal to fear fallacy. There has never been any evidence to demonstrate that structureless societies, unless you're talking about the philosophical concept of a nihilist society, would exist, and there's disagreement there. I'm not going to go there, but I'm just saying a lot of people conflate not having roles with society running asunder when, again, contextually speaking, there have been societies that have existed without these roles and ideas that function well.
Yeah, motherfucking Timbuktu.
I don't know about the number of societies that it was, but when people try to make it seem like there's an overwhelming amount when the data is more contextual and complicated, the more that you actually read into it, it sort of makes discussions like these extremely hollow and difficult to listen to. So if anybody was offended by saying that that person's thought process was stupid, as I just explained how it was stupid, based on a logical framework, I apologize, but I am not withdrawing the fact that it was stupid and illogical and literally an argument that is being promoted by a lot of content creators on TikTok and other places in order to drive people further to fascism, which I'm pretty sure that Audi and Thugger would be more interested in discussing because it's related to the political situation right now as we go into 2024. In terms of the whole conversation of gender overall, the only thing that I am going to say is I think that a lot of societies I think that gender as an argument in the way that society is running now is something that is being used to distract from more important issues, to drive people away from each other and to drive people away from uniting with each other in order to actually get things that matter, such as more rights. I don't care if someone wants you.
How many more rights do you really need or want? Aren't you writing up? For God's sakes, you got it all.
Excuse me, Republican. This isn't a ghetto Republican room that I know you're accustomed to. So please just wait your turn. We have order over here. Thank you so much.
So to just really wrap up, I really shudder and worry about
Republicans recording the room, just so y'all know.
Probably right about
recording the room, man. This is a ghetto ass Republican room. You trash, Thugger.
He's not even Republican.
But the thing, I guess the only point that I wanted to continue to make is I happen to be worried about conversations about gender because people have it as such. If people walked in their exact roles, there would be no problems in society. But as we know about how African American or Black American society has functioned since we got over here, there have always been problems whether people were strict to the gender roles or not strict to the gender roles. So for me, I'm always worried about what is the function of this exact argument? What is the function of the use of gender within this context? And the only thing that I can think of at this point in time is it's starting to make people look more conservative because Gen on Gen, when it comes to romantic partnerships and other issues like gender, unfortunately, Gen X was the peak. We're sliding further and further away, and that is something that is deeply concerning politically, especially as we're now dealing with content from a Mormon. That a lot of people who are now aspiring to that Mormon person's existences. So I'll just wrap with this. Are gender norms destroying the Black community? I would say not exactly. What is destroying
Wait, James, are you talking about Nara?
Girl, yes. Ugh, let's not... Another rule, because I already peeped that there was... But this is something the Sage found out a couple years ago.
Black people are taking direction from a Mormon?
Thugga.
We'll talk about this in another room.
We'll talk about this in another room, though.
As a Black person, you should never take direction from Mormons. So.
Like seriously, we'll talk about that in another
You should maybe consider it. I'm sure Mormons do have some good ideas.
Oh boy. But the only thing I'm trying to wrap with to answer the question, because I know Otis might still be in the audience and thinks that I've been on mic for too long. To make a long story painfully short, is gender norms destroying the Black community? No. But what I will say is the hyper focus on gender and romantic partnerships is destroying the Black community. Take it away, Zapatista. I'm done.
Hi, Zapatista. That's fine.
Thank you very much. And I'm not white.
Your pronouns are they, them?
Yeah.
Okay.
A Muslim did that.
I wanted to
Odie, stop.
I wanted to respond earlier to what you were saying. So first of all, third gender in China is complicated because, first of all, of different languages that are part of a language family. Now, Putonghua, which is standardized Mandarin, based off of the Beijing dialect, does have a word that is used for non-heteronormative identities. It is biantai, and biantai was termed for anyone who didn't fit within heteronormative identities of male and female. The reason for this is because during the Ming and Qing dynasty, there were many communities who would speak Mandarin, would be Mandarin speaking, but wouldn't identify with male or female gender identities. And obviously they would have personalities and traits that would either be in the modern day associated with transgenderism or the broader umbrella term of being queer. But my point being is that they were seen as identities outside of the binary. And I mean, yeah, sure, you could call it a third gender, but it wasn't really like a third gender. It was more so a spectrum of identities that existed outside of male and female.
That's your characterization, though.
It's not. This is like a characterization of most Chinese historians that talk about.
Except for the ones that are writing in scholarly journals.
Can I finish?
Yeah.
I didn't
stop you from speaking. I'm having a conversation with you. You're saying most in a 5-second Google search will give you not only
a 5-second Google search probably doesn't have the nuance that I'm trying to bring in because
I understand that, but what I'm not even saying.
Did you become a weeb? I didn't realize it was a weeb.
Yeah, so eunuchs do not exist in Chinese, in the Chinese language. So the confusion kind of comes. The confusion kind of comes because there are many dialects in Northern Chinese that uses terms for third gender and non-heteronormative identities to be synonymous with eunuchs. Eunuchs were a social class of people, right? These were men that would usually be castrated and they were loyal to the royal family, right? That I wouldn't really classify. Yeah, they did exist, but
even though you're trying to characterize what I'm saying is a lie.
Can you stop interrupting Zapatista? This is fascinating.
Republican, listen, I told you to keep that hood shit on January 6th.
Yes, you really kind of listen to what I'm saying. The term, the word, the Chinese word for eunuch.
I understand it's not a Chinese word. This isn't elementary school. I understand it's not a Chinese word. I'm just saying that the gender existed. You're saying you're saying they existed, but they just wouldn't have been seen as a third gender. But that's your characterization of the facts.
Okay, so if you once again listen to what I said, I'll start from the beginning. So the first thing that I said, right, was that the term for people who are non-heteronormative, right, meaning they didn't identify as male or female, was in Putonghua Mandarin, right, standardized Mandarin, Biandai. And Biandai is still used in modern Mandarin. Putonghua was standardized in the 1960s.
Okay, so
this is based off of Beijing dialect.
Wait. So you have to first start by using the word heteronormative correctly, because I'm not heteronormative, and I acknowledge my gender. So are you you're just referring to gender, or are you referring to sexual orientation?
So the full phrase is non-heteronormative and non-cisgendered. So these would be people who were, outside of the gender binary and also would have sexualities that wouldn't represent heteronormative sexualities. Okay, so yes, in the modern day, it would be under the umbrella of queer, right? So these could be people who were, pansexual. These could be people who were non-binary. These could be people who were, this amount of identities.